Hi, everyone. I'm Om, and today I'll be presenting Dossier, a new deep research agent. So first, let me start by explaining what is deep research. We want to make the LLM better at solving questions such as how many European left-wing parties have female leaders. For an LLM to solve this, it needs to iterate and search through multiple different Wikipedia pages. In this example, the ground truth requires nearly 720 documents. And this is useful for a multitude of different applications like financial document analysis, for instance, find me top 10 companies by sales growth, or academic search on find me recent NLP research for socially sensitive tasks on political bias detection. Now, existing systems tend to struggle with these types of questions. So here I gave a question to GPT-5, point, I think 2 at the time. Some students submitted their thesis in 2015 at MIT. The student had previously gone to Tufts, and their advisor won the Informs President Award. Who's the advisor? This is from an existing benchmark called BrowseComp, released by OpenAI. And what we'll see here is under the hood, GPT will issue multiple different search queries, retrieve multiple documents, reason through them, and continually do this. What we'll observe is that this question got the wrong answer. It said Arnold L. Barrett from MIT Sloan, but the actual answer is Richard Larson, a famous operations research professor. Let me go into how these systems actually work and why they struggle at doing these tasks. On the left here, I have an LLM agent, and on the right here, I have the RAG system the agent is interacting with. So the user will input this question. The agent will then reason over what the actual thing it should do. It'll come up with some sort of a search query, which will then hit the RAG store. This search query will then be embedded into some n-dimensional vector space, which will then be looked up in some vector database, which has some pre-embedded documents from before. The RAG store will then return some top K documents, in this case 5. The agent will then reason through these documents that it receives and comes up with another search query. And this will continue on, often up to 100 iterations in prior work. Now, this paradigm is actually very powerful and works, yet there's a few key problems. One, as the number of iterations increases, the content starts to grow. Every single document that's retrieved over this whole long trajectory gets added to a singular context. 2, very early on in the trajectory, we'll notice that if a distracting document or a document that's related to something else will often derail the rest of the trajectory. And as a result, the agent will focus in on a bad document, ruining the whole search. And finally, what we'll observe is that the embedding model has very little information on what's happening on the other side. Since it's only getting a small search query, it doesn't have enough context that it possibly could on how to solve this question. So as a result, we present Dossier. There's 3 key main ideas. 1, we want to replace this large growing context with what we call a research ledger, which is basically a small set of consolidated claims. We then come up with a new architecture to parallelize search around this ledger, and then we also have a new technique to actually encode this information into the ledger, into the encoder. I'm first here going to briefly show you our architecture. I won't go into too much detail, but the key point to make is that all of our sub-agents, in this case the gap analysis and the info extraction step, take in as input this research ledger. And this is the data structure that they use to coordinate amongst each other. Let me show you a little bit of a snippet from the research ledger for that question from earlier. As you can see, we have a small set of specific facts that we've extracted throughout the whole entire trajectory. And we assign some preliminary tags to each one of these facts. And as the agent continues to grow, it keeps overwriting these facts. Next, we get into our next idea, which is that standard dense retrievers are context blind. They have a very limited view into what's happening on the agentic side. They take a simple string to a document vector, and they completely ignore the rest of the knowledge that the agent has. Yet in multi-hop search, the document utility is conditioned on the knowledge that we know. It's completely useless to keep retrieving documents on facts that we've already verified before. Yet, verified documents are very semantically close to given subqueries that we want to search. And as a result, we end up seeing very poor performance out of our dense retrievers. So we come up with this idea of the ledger-aware encoder. Instead of taking the tacit subquery into the embedding model, we pass in the subquery, the global question, the research ledger, and the subquery again to bring the LLM attention back. And this is great. Yet, if we try to do this with off-the-shelf embedding models, since they're not trained to handle this information, they can't interpret it. And in fact, as I'll show you in our results, when we just simply pass in this information, we'll actually see worse results. So as a result, we train the encoder. The key idea here is that we want to run the Dossier architecture multiple times, along the way generating training data, and we'll collect successful and failed retrieve samples along the way. So at first, we'll run the normal Dossier architecture using the additional inputs that I just described. And at every step, we'll make sure that there's accurate data using some sort of ground truth by injecting it back into the agent to ensure that over the long horizon, the trajectory remains accurate. We'll then collect samples along the way of the given subquery that the agent asks, the ledger at that state, and the goal documents, and all of the retrieved but wrong documents. And then we'll do contrastive loss training on top of this to train the encoder to pull goal documents closer and irrelevant documents further. Next, I go into our evaluation results. Here for the talk, I'll show you results on BrowseComp-Plus, which is a controlled proxy for web research that's forked off of OpenAI's BrowseComp, which basically has 100,000 documents that have been downloaded from the web. Here I report 100 LLM calls per query. And in metrics, I have accuracy and all or nothing recall. I have more accuracy and an additional benchmark in the paper. I also have 3 baselines. One is a standard React. 2 is small agents, which is an existing multi-agent architecture. And then 3rd is parallel React, where I issue 5 React agents in parallel, and I report success if any of the 5 return the right answer. What you'll observe is that on GPT-5 Mini, React gets around 53%, while small agents gets a very similar 53%. Parallel React is able to get 65%, with all or nothing recall up to 78%. And Dossier has the highest accuracy at 75%. And the key takeaway here is that while parallel React has a higher recall just by pure breadth around exploration, Dossier is able to have the highest accuracy by structuring synthesis around that research ledger. Similarly, if we look at the cost accuracy, on the x-axis here, we have allocated cost per question, and on the y-axis here, we have accuracy. You'll observe that React has a maximum cost at 25 cents before its context fills up. And at the same exact cost, Dossier is able to achieve nearly 65%. And with up to $1, it can achieve 76%. Next, we get into this ablation on does training the encoder actually work. If we just take the default encoder, we get an accuracy of 51%. If I put in the inputs, but I don't do any training, it actually is worse. And the accuracy will drop to 49% with a 4% drop in all or nothing recall. Yet, if I train the encoder, we'll get nearly a 13% boost in both accuracy and a 14% boost in all or nothing recall. And this nearly matches an Oracle result that we have, which shows an accuracy of 66% and an all or nothing of 76%. And so you can see that training the encoder gives a nearly 13% accuracy gain. Then if we go into our system architecture, we'll start with just a basic React agent, and this is with GPT OSS 20B. You'll see that React on its own gets around 32% accuracy. If we just run one branch of Dossier, we'll get 39% accuracy. If we actually run branching search, you'll see 51% accuracy. And then if we train the encoder again, we'll get that 64% accuracy. And the key takeaway here is that every component of the system does have some partial benefit, with training being the best. Thank you.
Thank you. So we have time to get 2 questions.
Thank you, great talk. So I have a question about the training encoder. So I assume there is an overhead of that to train the encoder. Do you take into account this overhead in the cost, or you consider it in the latency also?
So the training is done offline ahead of time. So in this case, we reported results on a training set of 75 questions that needed to be labeled. And then you can just run these 75 questions once.
Every time you have new questions, you can retrain the encoders?
Yeah, so we do observe that, at least within the benchmarks and also across benchmarks, it does tend to generalize partially.
Okay, thank you so much.
We have one more question for you.
Hey, thank you. Great talk. I'm going to date myself with this question, so bear with me. A lot of what you're talking about, people were doing it a decade back. They were just calling it multi-hop reasoning, right? And they were doing it on knowledge graphs. So to me, I think what seems to have changed is obviously we don't have knowledge graphs for all the knowledge in the world, which is why deep research has to switch to doing things like RAG and on unstructured text and so on. Do you see a lot of the ideas from that time, if you've seen them, if you're aware of them, translating over to the kind of things that you're trying to do?
Yeah, so we definitely do. Actually, one of the biggest inspirations for this work was a work by Omar back in 2020. And much of the ideas that he came up with still apply today, now with better LLMs. Yeah. So definitely the core principles keep applying, yeah.